The topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Hello, and welcome to It's Your Voice, the show that hosts enriching conversations in diversity. My name is Bahia Yaxan. I am a core alignment coach and a diversity educator, and happy to be the host of this show. I get to have really fun, interesting guests. The topics range, the location ranges. We go near and far, and today we have some people who are local to Davis, California. And I just want to welcome them on right away. Richard and Gray at MyDavisCalifornia.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. This is awesome.
It's so fun. I'm just like laughing because it's just so fun to follow your Instagram. And I don't even regularly follow it, but when I do, it's like, God, there's something about your post that's just unique, and wow. You have so I don't know, let me start with whatever you guys want to share about your background. I'm just like, what, did you grow up in Davis, or why is Davis so interesting to you two? Like, what's your connection to Davis to start with?
Thank you so much. Yeah, we as you can see down there, we are definitely Davis nerds. What's not awesome about Davis? So real quick, my story. I actually grew up in Texas, went to school at Texas A&M, but I've lived in Davis for about 11 years and obviously fell in love with the city. So many unbelievably cool things that are here. So I'm a bit of a transplant, but yeah, I have about 11 years here in Davis now.
Yeah, I'm also not from California. I'm from New Mexico originally. Came out to college at UC Davis in 2014, so I'll be going on 12 years here. But yeah, I think that adds to part of the charm of why we think Davis. Like a lot of people probably who grew up here don't find Davis as interesting as we do, but as people who are not from Davis and who have lived in other places, we think Davis is pretty cool. It would be a pretty cool place to live, and we have been here for that long.
And that's honestly, that's really why we started the page as well, though, is because obviously we get poked a little bit of fun at here being quote unquote Cowtown, or what UC Davis smells like, or Davis is boring. But I couldn't feel more opposite. I think there is so many things going on here. It's like an onion you really have to peel back, and between the university and the town itself, there really is something always going on. And that was kind of the genesis of us starting this Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, everything accounts, was just trying to document it and kind of show it off a little bit to everyone who's not here.
It really does make sense that, as you say, you're transplants, because you come with fresh eyes.
Yes, exactly.
And you see things that people who grew up here might have either taken for granted, or that's just normal. What do you mean? That's interesting.
Very true. Very true. Like, oh, you didn't take your bike to school every day and hike, things like that. Yeah. And of course we know and have friends, dozens and dozens of people who grew up in Davis, and we love and appreciate their perspective so much, because we can ask them, what was Davis like at this time or at this thing, and have all this deep lore. I have friends that have been here since, honestly, like the 60s. So yeah, it's really good to know everything we can about the town.
Wow. So can I ask, what did you study at UC Davis, Richard?
I studied neurobiology. The whole degree is neurobiology, physiology, and behavior. But yeah, MPB.
Wow, that sounds a lot. That sounds very close to what my father studied. But he taught at UCD for a while, but that's not where he got his degree. That's interesting. Wow.
Yeah. And neither of us use our degrees. Gray is an electrical engineer, and I'm a neurobiologist. According to those expensive pieces of paper.
The paper hanging up over there. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, it might come in handy someday. I mean, don't lose it.
Yeah. You never know when you're gonna get cold. So, no, I'm kidding.
And just out of curiosity, Gray, what did you study?
It was electrical engineering.
Okay, that's what you said.
Yeah. But I always tell people I'm the other Aggie because Texas A&M is Aggies as well. So honestly, first time when I came here, I saw Aggie Ace and Aggie this and Aggie Liquor. I was like, where am I? Have I been transposed into some, dimensional warp? But it was all part of the lore and the charm of me really falling in love with Davis.
Cool. Well, what inspired I don't know if you call it this show, the platform, what inspired at MyDavisCalifornia, and what was your original platform?
I think you're better telling the history than I am, Richard.
Sure. Yeah. So the account started in 2021. It was like right out of COVID. We're probably in the middle of COVID. But we were just taking pictures and random things around Davis, like sunsets, animals, turkeys, trees, beers on patios. But yeah, we were just taking photos of essentially just life in Davis. Very simple at the time. We would just say the date and time and the location of where that photo was taken. It was literally just like a photo diary, if you will. But yeah, we started out doing that. And then one day we did a food review at a restaurant, and that really, I think it got like 100-something likes. And we were like, wow, that's crazy. So many people that care about Davis and the food scene and stuff like that. So we just started to do more. And when we first started the account, we didn't really show our faces. It was really just about Davis. And to this day, the account really still is about Davis. We just are like the messengers that, host the show, essentially, if you will. But yeah, we just are presenting all the random and fun things. But over the course of, we really started taking it seriously probably around 2022, 2023. And that's when we were making videos regularly. We started reaching out to businesses to collaborate with them, so we could tell their story. Interestingly enough, a lot of people in Davis, even though it's like a tech, a lot of young people who live here, and we have the university, there's obviously technology all over the place. Everybody's got a computer in their pocket. Everybody's very tech savvy, but at the time, nobody was really making content. So we were just lucky enough to, I guess, be there, right place at the right time. And yeah, just slowly started whittling away at all the cool things that we thought were around town. And yeah, 800 posts later, here we are.
Yeah, just never quitting. A lot of people have came here and made content, but their students or just pass through. And so unfortunately, these accounts go dormant or die, or it's just, there's not enough. And we both said, I'm not going anywhere. So let's go, let's post, let's dig in, let's see all the fun, lighter side of life things in Davis. And yeah, like Richard said, we just keep going.
Yeah. To this day, there's still so many things that we have not done. I would say we're maybe at 10%, maybe. And yeah, like I was saying earlier, I think our account's up to 850 something posts. So at this rate, we're in trouble.
Okay. It's 3 different questions came up at once. One was an observation. I think that's one thing that made your account unique, was that it was a little bit mysterious. Who were these guys? Who are you? That you made it about the subject. You didn't make it about, it's me. Look, it's and that I think that's pretty unusual. And because again, as I was trying to do like and I had minimal ton of research, like I don't care, I'm just going to talk to them. I was trying to like catch up on some of your old, some like, you know, look back a lot. And then I saw, oh my gosh, there are a lot of people making little videos about Davis, which I didn't realize. And you already said sometimes it's students and those accounts go dormant. But I'm curious, and you may not feel this way, and I didn't read numbers. I know you guys have like thousands of followers. Am I right?
We do. Yeah, we're at, I think, around 47,000 followers on Instagram. On Instagram, at least. Yeah.
Okay, 47,000 followers. Okay. I'm not sure anybody else has that many followers, and I'm wondering, I don't know, what do you think? Like, why do you track so many followers? I mean, why do you think people like to follow you? What is it about what you got going?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what we hear a lot from people who like just see us out and about is people want to know what's going on around town, you know, and not everybody has time to go see everything and do everything. So some people will tell us, we love all the places you show us to go eat, or the news that you share with us. I think of us like as of like a younger, slightly different resource than maybe like the Davis Enterprise or something would be, where, you know, a different generation would walk out to the front door, open the Enterprise, and know everything about Davis in a short amount of time. We're kind of like that for the students and younger people on social media, to where they can get on and they can see, oh, this just opened up, or this is running a deal, or this is a good way to spend $20. So again, like Richard said, then how we know this is just being a resource. And that's why it's not about us. It's providing a good resource to anyone who touches Davis, really.
Yeah, and to add on to that, I think we also have some of like the more older demographic as well, who like to see just how Davis is evolving. You know, we'll make posts about, you know,
former students too.
Yeah. So like, this is like, it seems like this is just like a congregation of people who just want to keep up with Davis, the university. But yeah, we definitely have, you know, folks that are on, you know, Facebook, YouTube, who aren't on, you know, TikTok. TikTok, we know, is definitely one of the younger demographic platforms, but you know, we see our comments on the other platforms that are like, you know, class of 90 whatever here, checking in, like this wasn't here when I was here, like. So I think a lot of people just like keeping up with the city itself and the university, and we're just essentially a vessel to, you know, help keep people informed on what's happening with the city. Like when the U-Mall turned into the Davis collection, that seemed to be like a really big, you know, obviously losing the grad was a huge piece of news for the city, and a lot of people to this day still, you know, miss it a lot. But yeah, I think a lot of people just like, you know, keeping up with the city. And again, this is a college town, so we always have ties to the university. And so every year as alumni graduate, they want to keep up with what's happening to their favorite little city. So I think that also helps as well.
That makes sense. And as you said before, I think it's your continuity and your consistency that makes your account stand out. Like you're not leaving town tomorrow or June 15th or
yeah. It's funny you say that. Actually, this week we have some videos coming up about Richard leaving town for a week, and the differences between leaving town and being in Davis.
Yep.
There's always something to tie things to Davis, for sure.
Okay, wait, say more. What's the difference between leaving?
I went to New York recently, so just coming from a small town to go to a big city is crazy. So just kind of wanted to capture, you know, that experience of what it's like to, again, like you spend so much time in a place where you can ride bikes everywhere. There's no subway, to where you go to a city where riding a bike is kind of scary and riding the subway is an essential. So yeah, just like they couldn't be two. They're literally on opposite sides of the country. Couldn't be more polar opposite. Davis, California, and New York City. So yeah, wanted to make a video to just we don't know if people are interested in that, but
we'll see what happens. But we'll keep posting. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, how far in advance do you plan, and how often is it like you just think of something and then you're actually free enough to like, oh, let's go do that now? Like, do you have to
say
maybe like 1 in every 15?
Yeah, I was gonna say probably like at least 80% planned,
Yeah.
maybe even 90% planned. It's, the internet and trends come so quickly and so fast. And it can't help but go through the filter of how do we apply this trend to Davis? And they're literally coming up every single week, and sometimes it's appropriate, sometimes it's not. And so that's kind of what we always are trying to sort out. But a lot of it is quite planned out, actually.
Do you actually storyboard or write scripts or?
Yeah, all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, all of that stuff. Also, we always kind of have this internal saying where we want to be out in Davis, right? So that's when the easiest for stories or news or events to come up to us is just spinning out, hanging out in Davis or downtown or talking around. And so that ends up being the inspiration behind a lot of our videos, is just friends, interactions, events we go to, and it just becomes a cycle that goes on forever because there's always more.
It's funny that this is kind of connecting to something I think Richard said a second ago about having traveled in a lot of places. I've been fortunate enough to travel in a lot of places in a lot of countries in different continents, taking different modes of transportation. But then after coming back to Davis, I've been resettled about 11 years after being gone since I was in 7th grade. I haven't been here since 7th grade. But I recently, after being here 11 years, recently went to, I think I was just in the Bay Area, and I wanted to take a BART. And after 11 years of not being anywhere, not using that kind of public transportation, although Davis has really great bus systems, bus lines, I was like, wow, I'm actually confused and have to go study how to check which BART line goes to which BART line. What are the connections? It was just so funny. I think I've traveled a lot, but now I'm like, oh no, nervous about, am I going to catch the right BART?
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, it's easy whenever you leave Davis. It's not everything is quite as easy as the Greenbelt.
Yes.
And again, since I have not seen, probably haven't seen 100 out of your 850 posts, have you done stuff on the bus options in Davis?
We sure have.
Yeah, we've taken a bus to. Well, actually, I don't know if that was for the transportation.
It was for different. Yeah, we did. We've had some experiences doing it. We did also do a video with whenever the bus celebrated its anniversary. I want to say that we did a.
We highlight the London buses. I don't think we've actually gone into the pro tips of how to use Unitrans and the YOLO bus, but
we've touched on it a little bit, but not. I don't know if we've done a full in-depth one.
Yeah, one of my favorite stories. We were at the Davis Wine Bar, and a lady next to us, she was like, "This is a pro tip," but I think she said she wanted to keep it on the down low. So sorry, person out there. But
it was a long time ago. So, yeah.
But she said it's one of the best Ubers you could take. Is you just get on the Unitrans for $2. And it'll take you anywhere.
Yeah.
So if you have a night out and you need a ride home, get on the bus.
Yeah.
That's a great tip.
Yeah.
That's really true.
Okay,
here's a corny, predictable question, but what are barriers that you've run into, of stories you've wanted to do, or I don't know if you call them stories, or subjects that you wanted to capture? Or what are obstacles you run into?
This is one of the tough stuff for us is we get a lot of the community that reaches out to us with different passion projects or movements or things that they're behind. We support a lot of these things, but it becomes like very difficult to be in a position because frankly, we're not very informed on a lot of these things. And so some people trust us more than they should in a lot of ways. They look at us as a news source, as someone to, try and get, that kind of thing going. When in reality, we're more here to report the fun stuff, the lighter side of life, places that are opening, things like that. So that's kind of one of the tough things that we run into a lot. We want to help like everyone in every single way we can, but it's just really becomes really hard to do.
Yeah, it's we try not to get political about things. We try not to, choose sides on certain topics just because you just never know who might be offended by a certain thing. Like our opinion versus another person's opinion is, you never know. You just never know.
And we're not smart enough to give our opinions.
No, yeah, our opinions are accurate.
You just watch us eat and hang out with bats and stuff like that. You don't need, I can't tell you who's anything else.
Yeah.
So,
We're learning too.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, did you know? Go ahead.
No.
I was going to ask, did you already have this kind of like very smart take on life to like, hey, let's focus on fun things before you went to study for 4 years? Or was that perhaps the best learning?
It's better to know what you don't know in that scenario, I guess. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's we need relief. We need relief.
For
lightheartedness
sure.
And
we're always looking for the lightest, silliest, funniest little things that we can, because a lot of people, when they open up social media, one could be about the most horrible thing or see something horrible. We hope that whenever they flick and it lands on us, it's us picking tomatoes or something fun and interesting that's shareable, not something that they need to hang up and feel worried about or call grandma all over kind of thing. So.
Have you ever had anybody not want you to come and do your thing?
Not like, one time we tried to reach out to the Oddfellows to promote their chocolate festival, and they're like, we're good.
That's because they were too cool. So no, it wasn't anything rude or anything.
They're just like, no, you guys.
They're like, no, we're way cooler than you guys. So.
I think you guys are the new ones in town. Okay, we got this.
Right. And they're right. They're correct.
But no, for the most part, everybody's been really cool.
No, the business owners and people we've interacted with, again, what's driven us to keep going on. We love the people of this town, and we've gotten to know so many of them. That's why we want to keep working. We love knowing like the heartbeat of what actually gets everything going.
Well, speaking of heartbeat, there's two that I'm thinking of in the community. One is, you mentioned Sue Work. My nephew, you sound like my nephew to me. Your voice sounds like my nephew, Trenton. Oh, there's Sue Work Brewery. Yes. The shout out to Trenton Yaxon. He's an awesome community builder at the Sue Work restaurant. But
I have this shirt on too. I'm really geared up.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Well, I was gonna say that your voice reminds me of Trenton. It's funny. I keep kind of hearing Trenton's voice in yours.
Nice.
But the other another community heartbeat was Delta Venus, which I know the word has already spread, that it's out, that that great venue. Happy Winter venue. And someone asked me to ask you guys, because you are out there in town and you're connecting with people and you're listening and tasting and know so many business owners. Someone wanted to hear your reflection on such a beautiful place of love and acceptance and just great community support, not to mention great cappuccinos. Needs to close for now. And I just wanted to give you a chance to respond to that person's question and what you think or feel about that.
Yeah, we actually didn't talk to, we haven't personally talked to Lee, the owner of Delta Venus, but like you were saying, like everything that you've said is 100% accurate. Like I don't think there's anybody out there who would say that.
One of the best music venues in the entire
Yeah.
city for sure too. So
Yeah.
it's shame. I can't imagine Davis Music Festival without Delta Venus being a part of it. So very sad about that. It's been a space for the community to meet up for all kinds of different events and social gatherings and community things. So yeah, definitely really sad. One of the staples of Davis. Whenever this kind of stuff goes away, Richard and I selfishly say it hurts us because we're only as good as the city of Davis, and when something like that goes away, it leaves a little bit of a hole until something can, and it will never be fully replaced, but until something can come in there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, this was news to us too. We had no idea.
Yeah, I had no idea until you had just mentioned it. So,
oh gosh, I thought. Sorry, I thought you knew everything.
No.
I read Wendy, the email from Wendy, but that's about it. Yeah. Other than that, I did not know that they would be closing. But I do hope that it was like a retirement. I believe that's what I read, is that he's retiring. Is that correct? Yeah. So that's good. Versus, it's a lot of businesses will go out of business. So it's good that he was able to quit on his own terms, if you will. So that's at least that's better.
That's better than the alternative for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, that's a great point, and thanks for pointing it out. And it reminds me when my son congratulated him, which he appreciated, because there's also happiness for him and his family.
He did a great job for a long time.
Yeah.
So.
and he's been on my show before, and I think he'll be on my show again. So we will be talking to Lee again. Okay. So that's great.
I like
and
it.
He's he's incredible. Luckily, we still have him in the community. So one other thing that pops into my mind right now is, I know it's kind of silly. Again, I feel like all my questions are, I don't know, basic, but I just want to know all this basic stuff about what y'all.
No way. That's we love to talk about it all. So thank you. Yeah.
So what is your favorite kind of mission or task? Do you have a favorite kind of, or platform? Anyway, just give us some of your favorites, whether it's topics or
part of the work, essentially.
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Probably just all the new experiences. We've jumped out of an airplane. He's flown an airplane. We've gone on tours of crazy spaces.
Pulled turtles out of Puda Creek for a research project.
So
we got to go tour bats. The food and obviously we love showing off new places in the food. The experience are really what it makes it really unique. And I think that's one of the things that we try to be at least a little bit different, is not be just food, but also share all the good things that are right around Davis as well. So, but yeah, telling the story of a good experience, that's a good answer. Yeah. That's how to be. Yeah.
But food. I love food. We love eating food. We get to eat some pretty awesome food. There's a lot of good eating here in Davis. Anytime it's a food filming day, it's my favorite for sure. I love food. But yeah, the experiences, that falls under that category, because we've eaten a lot of new foods that we never would have otherwise eaten if it wasn't for the platform.
Absolutely. Yeah, the channel's introduced us to so many things we didn't even imagine that existed or happened. We are still getting DMs from people as recent as this week for our totally new experiences. So it's the well is very deep in UC Davis and things to do around here.
There are amazing a number of different types of foods that you can get in this town.
Yes. Some really good food too. Some people try and complain about the food in Davis, but anytime I'm in Dixon or even Woodland, everyone talks about they come to Davis to try food. They may not come here all the time, but they come to Davis to eat a lot. And we have a lot of options too. So
How much of your time do you think is connected to the university or topics?
Not much, honestly. Maybe like 10%. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe even less than that or so. Yeah.
We love working with them.
Yeah, we love the university. We I guess it's different because neither one of us are current students, right? So going to campus or doing that is more of like a mission for us. There's a lot of creators in Davis and on TikTok now who are really good at that, showing like this is what the dorms are like, or this is a meal at Tesoro, or
day in my life as I go to my lecture.
I'm riding the bike and it's raining. So there's a lot of really, really, really good content creators in that space for Davis that people should definitely go check out as well.
But yeah, as for us, we don't do too much UC Davis stuff. Like picnic day is a big one that we try to,
we'll always go to a football game. We go to basketball games as well. Like Richard said, anyone who is at Davis has a fun experience for us that's listening. We want to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we want to see everything there is. There's things that we haven't seen. We haven't been to the coffee center yet, though we're working on something. But yeah, there's always something going on for sure.
Well, yeah, I mean that's like the UC Davis Aviation Club and the UC Davis Skydiving Club. Those were two fun videos, and so technically
wildlife, the turtles as well.
Yeah. So there is not. Yeah, it's not nothing, but it's just such a big organization that it's hard to. We don't work like with UC, like Chancellor May we interviewed, but like we don't work with admissions directly or anything like that. Like we're doing more of the.
We're lucky they know we exist.
Yes.
So,
Oh, I think that's good because, like you said, there's other content creators who are focused on UCD, and I think I'm happy to know that you're letting others do that and focusing on other parts of Davis. Sometimes it just feels like, doesn't it? Like when you're driving down Russell or Fifth, sometimes it feels like we're like two parallel cities. I want more crossover. Don't.
Yeah, literally. That's like our favorite thing to show off is like going to a game, because you would hope that residents of Davis could bring their family to a game, and it's more that's where the student and the community can like all be together supporting the same thing. Anything in that vein we want to do for sure.
Yeah, we need more turnout at football games, everybody.
Yeah, let's sell them out. We want a big year this year. So same for basketball, same for baseball, all UCD sports. We think it's a good way that the community and the university can interact for sure.
Yeah, that's good to point out. Any kind of miserable parts of the work?
Miserable parts of the work.
Or you could say least favorite.
Least favorite.
Geez, we're usually a lot faster at having an answer for this.
I don't think anybody's.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Like any other job, there's annoyances to it. I guess one of the interesting things is like we want to feel that we're being creative in what we do. Sometimes like it's easy in any business, not just our business, to get bogged down with paperwork and logistics and coordinating things. And you so get like caught in what I would say like the admin side.
Yes.
That sometimes you could lose your creative side.
Yes.
That's not a problem that's unique to us though. So that's why I have a hesitation to complain about it. But definitely can, like, oh, we want to create 4 or 5 videos a day, and then something lands on your desk that all of a sudden takes priority.
One of our hard drives breaks. And it's like, oh God, we've just lost a terabyte of data.
Yeah. You better have your idea wrote down, because you think you're going to remember it, and a lot of times you just don't. So that was, again, part of the learning process for us for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I wish I had more time, I guess, like to do all the things. There's a lot of things happening in Davis, and it genuinely feels bad whenever we can't make it to something, or there's an event and
get invites to all kinds of cool stuff. And want to say yes to all of it, and sometimes just can't.
We're just unfortunately it's just me and Gray, so it's a 2-man show over here. We can only do so much.
You don't actually create 4 shows a day, right? You just want to, or do you?
We sometimes, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
We most of the content that we have goes on to our Instagram, which is our biggest follow platform. But we also have a TikTok and a Facebook that'll sometimes get content that's just unique to those platforms as well. So it's a mixed bag. So sometimes what will be one shoot can turn into like multiple things for different platforms, if that makes sense.
Okay, that's good to know. So Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and you might show different
YouTube
things on
YouTube as well.
YouTube.
Yeah, the biggest one I would call the biggest blanket that captures like everything is really our Facebook page.
Okay.
Facebook has like a lot of good tools, at least for us as the creators, to help us know like this was a good retention, or people like the caption, or people like the news story. So do something similar in that vein. So it actually is a pretty good platform for giving the creators feedback on how to make the next video more interesting or as successful as the last one, that kind of thing.
And for people who are listening, how do they find you?
It's just MyDavisCalifornia on everything.
Yep. So yeah, MyDavisCalifornia on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Yeah, MyDavisCalifornia. Just if you check out the profile, it's pretty much what you're looking at. Just two guys who love their little hometown of Davis and want to show off everything we can about it. So,
do you guys like bounce, like just completely like bounce back and forth ideas? Like, do you brainstorm, or is one of you more of the brainstormer?
That way, collaboration is everything. You can't have a good idea unless it's gone through many filters, and it's obviously a two-man show, so we don't want to have one person dominate the entire space. Otherwise, it's just better to have multiple opinions on, like most things in life. You just want to have multiple opinions.
People always ask, like, how do you guys do it? And the first simplest answer is I always say, there's two of us.
Yeah.
and it just would be what it feels like. I could say for sure myself, an impossible task to try and do what we're trying to do alone.
Sure.
So teamwork is dreamwork. So
And did you open all the platforms like gradually over time, or did you try to like set it all up at the same time?
Really, Instagram was like the first one that kind of got going. What's interesting with Instagram and Facebook, because they're both Meta, it allows cross-posting to happen. So by default, we were cross-posting to Facebook. And then recently we realized like the tools and kind of some of the more stuff about Facebook. So kind of focused on that a little bit more. But TikTok is a whole different beast where Instagram and Facebook are really good. If I make a video about going to eat in Davis, it's going to try and show it to people that are somewhat regionally close to Davis. TikTok has a tendency to, maybe I can go to the Davis library, but the video will show up for somebody in Florida for whatever reason. So it makes the framing a little bit different for what's successful over there versus what's successful on other platforms. But to answer your question, they kind of all started at different times, but they've all got different levels of attention. So,
okay, that makes sense. Do you rehearse? Practice your lines before you shoot?
We just screw up 100 times.
Yeah. Some of the more serious videos.
We have bloopers. We have gigs of bloopers. Yes.
Yeah, we have a lot of bloopers for sure.
Yeah, no, that's one of the things we try to work on as well. Like, and this is part of like social media in general, is just, for 5-6 years ago, you would see a lot of videos that were voiceovers or just completely voiceless, and kind of transition to some more POVs. And then now a lot of them are live. And so, just being like cognizant of what kind of like presentation medium is still getting people to pay attention.
Well, we have about 10 minutes or so, a little bit more, 10 or 12. So I wanted to see if there's anything in particular you want to focus on. And I'll remind you again, when we have a couple minutes left, like that, always leave that space for you to,
I just want to, if anyone's listening, Karen, we just want to let everyone know how appreciative we are of the community. Beyond just the followers on the internet and the comments that we get all the time when we're out in the world, people come up and say hi, or we like your videos, or you got a cool page, or whatever it is. And all of that like really feels like we're actually helping people see more, and hopefully helping business owners and helping the community and city actually become a more robust place. So yeah, just getting a little cheesy on that for a little bit and saying, yeah, we think we really do appreciate everybody out there who it pays attention to the page for whatever reason it might be.
Yeah. We always say it's brick by brick, and every single one of the people who follow and support our page, like, we would not be able to build what we have built without the support of every single one of them. So from the first follower to our newest follower, like, for real, thank you for being here. It's a crazy thing that we've done here, and I still every day just can't believe I get to do this.
I mean, your email, actually, whenever you reached out to us, is a wonderful example. I saw your last name and I said, we know this person. I know we do. And it's because, again, we've got to work with Trent and be a part of what they're doing. And there's so many, what is it, like the Kevin Bacon set, like, we don't need 7 connections for us to connect to Davis, right? So yeah, we love that. And the more that we're here, the stronger I think that gets for, like, both of us.
Yeah, that's true. That's funny. I was just sharing, because most of my siblings have, like my brother Randy, who's Trenton's father, stayed in Davis, while like the 2 or 3, there were 6 kids in my family, and the 3 youngest were moved away, and then one came back, and anyway, there were some who just stayed here and have been like Davis staples for years and years and years, and I feel like they know everybody, but people don't necessarily, like, who I've met in the last 10 years. I don't necessarily know that they know my siblings unless they see my last name.
Mm-hmm.
That really helps. But we just find out once in a while, like, are you kidding? It's the connections are more than you realize. Like, who knows who.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
It's also a small town, so that helps.
Do you ever worry that your account will flood Davis with more and more people wanting to, and I don't mean this, I don't mean to be like exclusive and like, don't come, but do you ever worry that you're going to attract a ton of people to come to Davis?
I don't feel like that would be almost egotistical to think that we have that kind of power, to be honest. I don't think we have that kind of power. I will say that we have met some students that told us they picked UC Davis after finding our account and seeing that there was stuff to do in Davis.
Oh my goodness.
It's upon hearing that already felt like a huge burden that you could change somebody's like life vector by that big by just creating an Instagram account, trying to show off hamburgers.
We just help their decision.
But yeah, so life goes that way sometimes. But yeah, no, I don't think that we have the power to flood Davis. Yeah, I don't even know if Mr. Beast has that kind of power. So yeah.
I mean, I think if that does happen, that's a good thing, because a lot of the local businesses could use more business.
We hear that all the time. Yeah. If every seat in every business was full every day, we will retire that day. So yeah.
That's cool. Do you guys, just because I have restaurant history in my family, even pre-Sud work, do y'all have like family business in your background?
Like my dad owned his own business. Yeah, he owned his own business. But yeah, it's again, this was a fun thing that luckily turned into a job. So you end up learning a lot of the other things about all the taxes and fun stuff around business is derivative of that. But we're just very, very lucky to be able to be doing what we're doing for money. So.
Well, gosh, I didn't even think about showing any of your like posts and stuff. That would have been fun, but people would have to go find it. Tell them again. We still have like 5 more minutes for anything you want to bring up, but say to people again how they find you.
Yeah, we're MyDavisCalifornia. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, anything that people use to consume. I guess everything but Twitter. No Twitter.
Yeah.
Or X.
And if you get a chance to go to our page by any chance, we do have a lot of our cool videos pinned to the top. But some of our most viewed videos are not pinned to the top. So feel free to scroll some of the real popular ones are the Disney fire hydrant on campus got a lot of traction. That's a really fun one if people haven't seen that. We did a really fun one where we took a tour of the Yolo County Basin where the bat tours are.
Oh, yeah.
It's really, really fun. And then as recent as this week, we picked $1 tomatoes at the UPIC on campus. So that kind of give you a general idea of some of the silly, fun, light stuff that we're doing around town that may be interesting for people.
Yeah, I really like the variety. That's really
we're all over the place. Yeah, we've been to the Raptor Center and the Bohart Museum, and been just everything that we you can imagine almost.
I saw the tomato picking one. That was great. They're motivating too, because I don't know, you just show that it is appealing, like just by participating in it.
I didn't even know that this was going on, and Richard called me on a Monday and was like, "Hey, do you want to go pick $1 a pound tomatoes?" I was like, who would say no to that question, right?
Yeah.
So
we had no idea people cared. We thought it was just going to be just a very generic, like random video, but I guess everybody loves tomatoes. So.
And that was an example of very little planning, to where got down there, learned everything as we walked in, and see the video. So
yeah, that was great. I definitely wanted to go pick as soon as I saw that. And the one I saw, the one about I still can't believe it. It's really, there's a drive-through or for Chipotle. Like,
oh yeah, there sure is.
I was like, what? Wow. I like where? I'll find out. But that was so funny that you guys thought about comparing the weight, how many grams compared to if you went inside and ordered versus if you ordered online and went and picked it up.
Yeah, it seems to be the trend, at least now online, is people want to hear a little bit of a story, right? It's one thing to say, hey, this Chipotle has a drive-through, but you're more likely to capture someone's attention to say, hey, it has a drive-through, we're running this experiment. If you stay to the end, you'll find the answer, kind of thing. So.
Yeah, I think that is one thing y'all do, is you experiment, because it is a contrast to other, many other platforms that can be kind of monotone.
Agree.
And just showing us things like this is the and this is the and it doesn't hold your attention as well.
Yeah, a lot of videos out there that are just voices saying the exact same thing you're seeing with your eyeballs on screen, and so that just doesn't seem to captivate as well.
We're going to try to be more exciting and tell a story if we can. Yeah.
So a neurobiologist and an electrical engineer tapped into your creativity and combined talents.
Yeah.
Here we are. Yeah. And also, again, much credit to the community, because they help give us a lot of ideas and things to do as well. So anyone listening, any ideas you have, send them our way.
Please.
Sure.
Yes.
Oh, I was going to ask. So you do want, like, what's the best way for people to reach you and send ideas?
Just DM on Instagram. We try and read every single one of them. Occasionally we'll miss one, but we literally check those every single day. So.
Email also works. We got the email in the bio, MyDavisCalifornia@gmail.com. But yeah, you can message us on any of the platforms, and we will do our best. If we miss it, so sorry. Email for sure is a good way as well.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 more quick questions, and then you guys get the final word. How did you meet, and how many hours do you work a day?
Oh, okay. So we met at Yakitori Yuchan back when it was Yakitori. Now it's Yuchan Shokkaido.
Shokkaido, yeah.
But that was just a great restaurant, and yeah, we met there.
Community.
Yeah, community.
I knew a friend of Richard's that was there.
Yeah. So we would just be eating and hanging out there. But then, yeah, how many do we work a week? Hours? It
varies. Like
we're gonna have to.
People always ask us about leaving town or going on vacation. I was like, Davis is like a living, breathing organism. There's always the potential for something happening or going on. So there's no set schedule. It's just like when Davis is alive, we try and be there for it for sure.
Yeah. It's very weird hours. So
yeah, it's it'll be like 14 or 15 days in a row, but again, it's not your normal job, right? You're going to a festival or eating something. Yeah, we're very lucky to get to do what we're doing.
Amazing. Oh my gosh. Do you each want to say literally a final word before I thank you?
I mean, that's I feel like we're just so grateful. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for having us.
No, I want to thank you, actually. Yeah,
real.
Thank you for thinking about us. Thank you for following us. Thank you for coming up with all these cool questions and giving us a new experience. We've been on the radio, but this is our first time on a podcast. So again, thank you for reaching out and bringing us into something completely new. I'm going to send this to every dang person I know as soon as we get off. They're 2 hours ahead of me, but they're going to be getting all of this soon. So thank you. So
great. Did you were live too? Maybe you didn't know.
Yes, I knew that they were 2 hours ahead. Anyway, but yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you, Richard and Gray at MyDavisCalifornia. Thank you so much to the Engineer Rebel. You're awesome. I love you. Thanks to producer Dean Piper, and thanks for the listeners and viewers. And may we all continue to have enriching conversations in diversity.
Awesome.
Thanks again.